Vitality certainly have that crowd favoritism behind them. Right behind us, we have got drums, we have got French people, we have got sheer excitement. However, as we've seen all around Europe, when you have a home team favourite, the rest of the arena, for some reason, decides to root against them. Vitality, our reigning major champions, the favourites coming into this competition as well.
But don't take anything away from the Falcons, returning to form and becoming back to the top of the MENA tree. Already the furthest here, guaranteeing this top 8. Here's TRK! He was shooting so well earlier, and I'll tell you what, Stumpy, if they are to take down Vitality, he has to sink chances like that one.
It's early pressure for Vitality, but Falcons, we saw just how fantastic they were a little bit earlier on. Even against Crew, we saw Khaled, who was underperforming, and yet they managed to work through, get to this quarterfinals. Both teams have earned their spots here. Great passing play, TRK to Khaled, but Zen, that man, what a guy he has been for Vitality ever since joining.
Early pressure for Team Vitality, but down the other end is Redostin. He flip resetted it onto the goal line. It was saved just about. Zen tries to put it home. Zen comes in again. Now Alpha tracking back, Redostin, it was his shot earlier actually. Oh, Khaled keeps the attack going. You said he's been quiet, but he's done everything needed for Falcons to be devastating yet again.
Falcons so far have the best offense in the main event as well. They are devastating on attack, but when you look at the other side, Vitality, they have got the best defense in the main event so far. They've conceded the least number of goals and conceded the second least number of shots. This is an all-out shooting gallery against the Bees.
Yeah, you're already seeing why that defense is so hot. 3 saves have been made from decent chances from the Falcons. We're trying to force the ball in. Vitality just have this presence about them that anything short of perfection is barely going to make them break a sweat. Redostin is making Falcons break a sweat. It falls to Zen, the wonder child. He chain dashes around the corner. Ahmad is there, and so far, Falcons seeming more than up for the challenge.
Yeah, very much holding on too, and not even just holding on, they are making sure they're taking decent shots at that net. Pushing when they've had the chances. Zen in the midfield, passing off towards Alpha. That's an early shot. It's Ahmad tipping above the crossbar. Zen back down towards Alpha, bottom corner, saved away by TRK.
One of the big, not surprises, but things we were hoping for from Zen. When he came into Vitality at the start of spring, would he still pass the ball? Would he be this glorious, unselfish player? And there we saw that even in the high-pressure situations, he looks for the pass, he gets the angle, Alpha's there. He almost charges down Ahmad. And Team Vitality started slower, but now they're coming to the boil.
Did a good few shots finding their way through from Vitality. Falcons defense is not what they're going to be famous for in this competition so far. The support behind us is rallying unbelievably loudly. Redostin with one reset. He goes through! Redostin with an opener!
Bouncing up and down on his chair and leaving his fans doing the same thing. The flip reset was on as soon as he went
What an
on.
intercept.
Alpha helped him, and Team Vitality take their lead.
Diving in front, getting that secondary contact. TRK was there quite handily to get the save, in fact. And around half-time, that is Vitality with the good lead. Khaled with one flick, finds Ahmad, finds his shot, but crossbar. That is the third calling point for that ball. Redostin now, long shot, TRK to save away yet again. Alpha, that's going central. Now Khaled goes high. In the midfield though, Zen shutting down time and time again. We've seen Zen have brilliant defensive plays from Vitality. We said just how fantastic their defense has been so far in the main event. With one awkward touch from Khaled, he's going to have to step up compared to where he was earlier versus Crew. He averaged 191 score. That will not be good enough versus Vitality.
Falcons, who did get 2 games against Team BDS. It's an impressive result from them to make it into this top 8. But Team Vitality have only dropped 1 in their 2 series so far. 2 best-of-7s as well. Utter dominance from the French team. The French main team, arguably, although there's a few thousand people in here on the opposite side of me who disagree with that statement. As Alpha goes around the back of his own goal. Ahmad can have a clean touch here, who sends it high. There's Redostin in front of him, that beautiful boost sliming its way after Redostin. TRK takes the touch. He's been the key attacker right now for Falcons. So Khaled comes in. TRK tries to keep the attack going. Is anybody there for Falcons? Again, no, but they are getting looks.
Person there, Vitality ends up being Zen as well. More defense from him. Khaled going central, but intercepted. TRK goes wanting that ball even longer. Ahmad from the backboard. A minute approaching. And Vitality, that 1-goal lead, may well be exactly what they needed here in the first map.
Ahmad is hoping that Alpha will make a mistake. Redostin, he does have 1 or 2 mistakes in him. Falcons will be hoping that happen here. He normally rallies though.
And we say, yeah, you say that he rallies. They had 1 or 2 mistakes in him and they won a major. Redostin is still an incredible player no matter what we have seen from him. 45 seconds, starting to tick down. Radosin sidewall, one reset, can't get the second touch. Alpha, a low 50, and we've seen how important those low 50s can be. Zen, intelligently, doesn't go for a shooting chance on that, sees that if he goes for it incorrectly, it may well not find its way in. Alpha, ground pitch chance, and Vitality pressure building.
Yeah, here it comes, Radosin to the ceiling. He loves these ceiling plays. Scored winners in majors from them. Another shot comes in, Ahmad sends it out wide, and Ahmad can chase. 20 seconds left now. Zen has the ball. That's a problem for Falcons. Zen flip resets it almost over TRK. Radosin's waiting underneath. It's Zen that it falls to. Zen's going to keep it going. More Team Vitality pressure all the way to the end. Sprinting to the finish line. Alpha's there. TRK in.
Final 5. Falcons not been able to get out of their own half for the last minute or so. Khaled in his back corner has to get something special. He fails to do so. Vitality light up the arena. It is golden and it is game 1.
The Bees taking their flight and leaving their fans buzzing as well. A supreme performance in game 1. There was only 1 goal in it, but in the end, after making all the saves at the start, Team Vitality ended up with 14 shots. It just shows that even when they're not at their absolute best, they are the absolute best.
Falcons, as we heard earlier as well, they are the best performing international team outside of North America and Europe we have ever seen. Spring Major last year, they got to the grand finals versus Moist in the upper bracket as well. They had to get bracket reset to lose it. But Vitality, they are different gravy, and they are giving the beans here at the World Championship in Düsseldorf.
Yeah, Team Vitality already have arguably made the best run in Rocket League history. If they win this, there will be no more debate. Team Vitality attempting to achieve perfection, history, glory, and what better crew to do it in front of?
The French army, most of the French army, the rest are that side of the arena.
Over there somewhere.
Yeah, I've had to ask for every single level, every volume in my earphones to be turned up. I can barely hear from the drums, from the passion we are hearing from those Vitality fans behind us. The Golden Hornets are buzzing, as are their team on the pitch.
They go to game 2, and Falcons will know they had opportunities in game number 1. TRK had a golden one that he couldn't quite put on target. That has to change now. There's a couple of Vitality players in each other way. Alpha continues the job, charging down Zen as well. A rare mistake from Team Vitality's normally supreme rotation. As Zen is up against Khaled, Zen pushes it forward. Team Vitality hoping just to have a few seconds to breathe here.
30 seconds in, and those seconds to breathe are going to be a little bit shut down as Falcons now begin to push. Zen, that side wall, forgoes the ball, instead goes for the wall.
Oh!
Khaled with one double tap off the ground. Khaled to shoot, but Zen bumps Radosin, somehow secures a save.
It's better looks though for Falcons. Oh, Khaled's rotating in on the back of TRK's play. He waits, he goes for the bump, he gets it. Ahmad's in! And Ahmad opens the door for the Falcons!
Sheer patience from the Falcons. TRK low, Radosin and Zen playing that Canadian goal line defense. No, after you, no, after you. Instead, Ahmad rudely punts it home. 1-0 Falcons.
French-Canadian, if you will.
45 seconds elapsed, and Falcons with that lead. 1 goal was just about enough for Vitality in that first game. Alpha bumped away from that chance. TRK becoming much more aggressive. The standout player so far for Falcons. He has been the aggressive man in the goals, in the score, in goal participation, in shooting. No matter the offensive stat, TRK is earning a medal.
Falcons knocking on the door of their own history. Not only have they reascended to the throne in Middle East, they're attempting to be just the 3rd team, not from Europe or North America, to make it to the top 4 of the World Championships. Incredibly difficult. And it'll be even harder here as they're having to do some defending. Alpha's there, Radosin might have a clean shot, he takes it! Khaled and TRK though, they sandwich it out!
But Khaled had to go to the backboard, he had no boost. It was a clever decision, he could get the save in the end because it ended up going to that backboard. Radosin would have had a better chance shooting stronger on net, but of course he doesn't know the boost levels they had. Falcons surviving a very, very low boost defensive play. Alpha challenges off versus Khaled. This time Khaled is going to be the man to escape with the ball. Then up for 1, goes for lean back reset, but Ahmad kicks it away from his body.
Vitality traditionally more than happy to play this counter-attacking style, so they won't be too worried. The Falcons have taken the lead and had them on the back foot a lot, especially as bumps are coming in now on Ahmad. Team Vitality return the favour, getting some bumps in of their own after Falcons had started the game getting so many. The aggression levels have definitely risen as TRK almost gets it over the top of Zen, but he was ready for it. Khaled in his way now. Both teams are trying to chuck brick walls at each other. Alpha, though, he does the simple thing, and Alpha gets his flick.
enduring goal for Vitality comes from the captain. Takes his time, that patience from both teams working wonders. Alf with the flick over one and a tap and smash past the second secures the complete parity in the temple.
With the 1v1 skills on the Falcons team, it will feel extra fun for Team Vitality to get a floor-based goal too. They'll be enjoying that one. TRK is just going to wait for Alpha's touch. It's over the top of him. Team Vitality, are they able to turn this through, or can Falcons get it right back out the hole? TRK charge into the center. Khaled's in there now. Ahmad to the side, trying to get the read on Team Vitality. Falcons staying on the front foot despite conceding the equalizer.
And that pressure is saying that you need to do versus Vitality. You sit back and you basically concede the game. We saw Space Station. Their game plan versus Vitality, despite going down 4-1, was the right thing to do. You try and shut them down. Shut down Zen, shut down Alpha, and you get a good game plan. They were just unable to do it to the quality that they needed to. Falcons, they may well have that kind of ability. Alpha goes one ball, Zen with a lackluster shot.
Yeah.
The fake from Adosin allowed that chance, but now a long shot from TRK. Sneaks its way home.
One pass too many from Zen down one end, and down the other, TRK can just say thank you very much. He shoots it, it wraps its way into the back of the net. Alpha couldn't quite get there, and nor could Zen. 2-1 Falcons. What a turnaround. A slight mistake from Team Vitality. Perfection isn't possible, even from them. And Falcons, they can punish. They're a team that's been used to being sent to the back ropes throughout their regional season. Now they have to do it on the world stage. 2-1 up in game 2, playing well, playing back to their best. So far, as mentioned, only one game has been scored against Team Vitality in 2 matches. Utter domination from the Frenchman, but Falcons pushing them as far as anybody can.
90 seconds tick down on the temple. Radosin up for one, gets the reset, goes below one. Alpha is the second man. Strikes with Venom, but nothing gets his way through. Alpha goes to the bump on Khaled, but TRK, he is the second man to defend.
Zen comes in now, he takes over to the ceiling. His favorite domain, Khaled just wants to make sure he can't get too many touches. And then in the end, the ball is sent right back to the corner. Ahmad tries to get a nudge on Radosin, but Radosin's too fast for it. And he has the ball too, he goes for the edge. Well, can he get the bump? He doesn't need to. Alpha's there, he gets the Team Vitality show their brilliance!
The double tap gets the second goal for the Bees. Radosin fakes out one. Alpha is there for that venomous punch. The net is punctured. 1 minute remains.
And you can see Falcons coach deep in conversation already. They are not waiting till they're 2-0 down before having a conversation.
This final minute vital for Falcons. They've had the lead for the majority of this game. Radosin sends it towards that right-hand side. Instead, the ball is picked up by Khaled, caught by Alpha. Another flick. Will it be deja vu? It's a pass back, Radosin, that's on target, it's weak, but it was placed with precision.
Khaled had to invest all of his boost just to get there though, and still he's scrambling for pennies. 13 on the goal line, he's spinning around, hoping something will fall for him. And it's not the ball, here it is now, he can just dodge it away. Radosin's up, the demo comes in too, Vitality could sink it here, here's Radosin, he gets it underneath one, but Khaled again from the side is the savior.
Double defenders needed for Falcons on every chance. We're seeing Vitality really push, shutting down that Falcons offense as often as they can, but these 2 goals have held firm so far. Khaled with one shot, it's safe pass! It's the third, and Falcons secure the lead with 11 seconds remaining.
Khaled waves away the criticisms as he places this ball deftly into the back of the net. The conversations with the coach do pay off, but there's still 11 seconds. Team Vitality, they will have plays like this in their playbook. On Ferrer's whiteboard, it's for moments like these.
Relatively standard kick-off and a long shot from Khaled. He's going to be pushing Vitality back into their half. Zen has to get this long, but TRK, the man, going to be standing in the middle. It drops down. Khaled, great defense, and Falcons level our series.
Top play from Team Falcons, a performance that had it all. Especially Stumpy, Khaled, the man you said that score-wise wasn't quite contributing as much as his team. Not that he was playing badly, just not getting the goals. Now he's doing that.
It was a little bit of both. A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. He was, versus crew, getting an average of 191 points across that series per game. That is very low, especially when you see just how much TRK has been participating. In that one, finds himself top of the scoreboard, MVP performance.
And as we see the Mobile 1 high-performance replay, Team Vitality and their coach Ferrer have to ignore the Poznan going on behind them. Vitality aren't looking at the screen right now, their fans, but I'll tell you what, their players certainly will be. and they'll be figuring how they just dropped their second game of this World Championships.
We said about how the aggression may well help out Falcons in this series too. Vitality, through this entire event, they are second in demos at the moment. They know how to deal with this. We see the backdrop of the Golden Hornets behind them. And Vitality know the support is here for them. And if they can continue that aggression and shut down Falcons, this series, it's not going to be doing too well for them. A Falcons, my word, Cole. What a performance they have had, being able to hold up and level us.
It's like the fact that they've returned to the top of their region has just given them that burst of inspiration that they needed. This is the team that made the grand finals of last year's Spring Major. Top 8 in Worlds. They've been here before, they've done that. Ready. Can they go one step further? That's a pretty big wall they have to get over first.
Worth mentioning too, that bear in mind, Vitality weren't even at last year's Worlds. They of course had a very different roster, but Alpha, he didn't attend. Falcons, they did.
So extra experience on the side of Falcons, at least in the sense of Zen and Radosin, but you wouldn't know that so far. Team Vitality have taken to this like a duck to water. Of course they have. Alpha, he sends it forward. TRK had no momentum. But still was able to get a solid punch on the ball. Ahmad waits for it to bounce. Falcons showing their own defensive discipline now, allowing Vitality to come at them.
Then, intelligently from that left wall, goes low, gets the reset. Khaled will be there to defend, but sending two. That's a shot on target. The crossbar goes down. Alpha Central, Radosin fakes out the touch. Alpha 54 credited with goal number 1.
A wee little cheeky one from Radosin there. Ahmad couldn't read him. Could have been a bump, could have been a redirect. In the end, it was neither, but it was good enough to get the goal.
Shows that you don't need to make contact all the time. If you can throw off the defender, you're going to be doing just as strong of a job. The opening minute will be ending with that Vitality lead. TRK passing Central. Ahmad shoots, but Zen pushes his way forward.
Alpha almost showed that sometimes you do have to connect, particularly when you're defending and there's a Falcons player in the center, just waiting to pounce on any errors. Alpha, he gets it past one as well, has the flip reset, which turns into a wave dash. But sadly for him, the ball just goes back to Radosin.
Ahmad's positioning there, pushes far into the opposition corner, steals boost, and look at how low Vitality find themselves. The Falcons, they need to push soon, as the boost is very much on their side. The pass from Ahmad is beautiful, all started with his boost steal.
The plays from Falcons, making Vitality sweat, but so far they're keeping their goal! And then Radosin forces the error!
A minute 30 and Ahmad falters. Radosin, he gets the dunk, and Ahmad a complete miss. He has boost to spare as well.
Radosin on Ahmad again. Ahmad is going to have nightmares about Radosin going for the ball, because Radosin is Vitality's chaos factor.
What I love seeing is TRK look to his teammates and say, boys, don't worry, shake it off, we're good. We've already got a game, 2 goals, it's okay. We can work it back. A long shot sees Alpha have to push his way past that halfway line. TRK goes up high to challenge him. He's going to win that ball.
Zen's inevitably going to catch this perfectly and get the boost. There it is right there, and past Khaled. He gets the flip reset. Ahmad's in his way. Zen wants to keep going. Almost in one of his Zen things. Just a slight warning, because he's really yet to get completely into this series.
2 minutes elapsed, and these 2 goals for Vitality looking instrumental to a win. Pass towards the right-hand side, sees Alpha challenge Khaled. Khaled wins out on that chance. Then up high, a couple of awkward touches. Lots of boost spent for really not much gain.
Again, Falcons trying to up the trickery in the Team Vitality goal line. Khaled's there. Khaled gets into the corners. Then was steaming in there. Radosin to the back wall. He wants to get the extra touch. Khaled sends it as high as he can. Now Alpha to the ceiling. Alpha's chasing. Team Falcons having to do some defense.
And what a nightmare Radosin's being. He is jumping in and being an utter nuisance player, making sure the Falcons don't feel comfortable on any chance. One dunk, gets it past, the shot is credited, but Falcons deal with it well.
So far, Radosin, the key player. Falcons have to quieten him down. Here he comes again, though. Zen's underneath him as well. It doesn't fall for Zen, and now Zen's deleted. Alpha in the corner. Ahmad can wait for this one, but he can't wait for too much longer with just 2 minutes left. Falcons have to get an attack going, and so far, not really doing it.
A naughty double commit going from Vitality on that attacking chance. Won't be too detrimental to them. And this last couple of minutes has been game management from Vitality. We've not seen many of the numbers shoot up on our scoreboard. It has been making sure that they manage this game to the death.
And every time Radosin gets it, this is what he does as well. Launches another grenade into the Falcons' defense. It's Alpha's turn now. He ups the pace. So Khaled saw it coming and put it in from the side. TRK is here. Zen's beneath him. Ahmad to the right. He couldn't quite find him. And now Zen, he has a chance to dribble it. Team Vitality happy to take to the floor. Alpha, he pushes that one in like a snooker player, but it's not quite in the pocket.
2 touches on the woodwork. Won't be seeing success for Vitality. A minute 15. Khaled shooting long, but Zen is going to find himself back. Does get that defensive play. TRK to shoot. Forces Radosin and Alpha to challenge on that ball. Radosin calls it to defense yet again. The halfway line, not having the ball past it in this opportunity. The final minute now, really ticking down, and Falcons, they need to build up soon.
They have all the ball, but only 4 shots to show for it. 11 on the side of Team Vitality. When they come forward, they're actually forcing danger, especially with this like that from Ahmad! One error, you're gonna get sunk!
The pass from Zen, finding the corner. Ahmad misses it completely, playing a little bit too passive. And TRK, what do you expect from him? The 3rd from Vitality. 2 for Alpha, 1 for Radosin, and a game win for the Bees.
Clearly, Radosin has got under Ahmad's skin. He was starting to believe you missed the ball and you definitely score. Sadly for him, it was the other team who scored. Zen might make it 4 as well, just Khaled in front of him. Zen flicks it and then retreats.
See the demo from TRK onto Radosin, perhaps a hint of what may well be to come. More demos needed for Falcons. That is what Space Station Gaming did so fantastically against Vitality and really made them sweat.
The question now, as this game's pretty much done, and Team Vitality continue to squeeze all the life out the ball and out of the game, is can Falcons build up anything to take into Game 4? Can they get a chance, a passing play, a demo, some way to frustrate Team Vitality to rock this mighty ship?
So far, we've only seen 6 shots come out from Falcons as well. They're being pretty much shut down. Game number 3, going the way of Vitality, and the fans behind us becoming more and more electric as they move closer to a semi-finals appearance.
Starting to swarm in their hive, the Team Vitality fans. And Falcons, though, have done this before. They've conceded goals mid-game and had big discussions, learned from them, changed their game style and their play style. So these discussions paramount if Falcons aren't to launch another foray forward into this series. They've looked as good as anyone, Stumpy, but Vitality, they are just that good.
Vitality definitely looking like a team where when they get a few goals going, they will continue that steam rolling. But the 3 goals, a couple of them from the Falcons errors too. We saw obviously Radosin pushing Ahmad to his limit. But ultimately the series score, it's 2-1. Falcons, they make Vitality bleed. And it is not an easy opportunity for Vitality just to steal this series away from them, as we have seen them do to some of the best teams in the world.
So much passion in here, Stumpy, so much energy. We can barely hear ourselves at times. There's a constant thumping drum that seems to be the baseline to Team Vitality's victory at this point in time. Falcons are going to keep changing that as best they can. It's a long way back, but they are forcing a fight.
And imagine seeing that out the corner of your eye if you are Falcons. To your left, the black, yellow, and white flags waving in favor of Vitality. But Falcons, they have forced their way through European crowds previously. We mentioned that Spring Major in last season. They had a lot of support there. They've got a lot of support now.
Falcons want to get things going. Team Vitality want to return to the norm of Radosin on the ceiling. Here's Zen now, he's going round. Yet to see a Zen wonder goal, which is a wee bit disappointing. 4 games in, we'd expect 1 or 5 by now. Radosin goes around the corner. TRK meets him as well. Ahmad should be able to dribble this one away. This is what Falcons need, some time on the ball.
Time on the ball and also time in that opposition's half as well. Get those demos. I really can't say how important they are and how much Vitality they didn't deal with that particularly well. Space Station, they got 1 game against them by going for that aggressive. They shut down Zen so intelligently. They made him uncomfortable. So far, we've not seen Falcons do that. They have got that 1 game win. They started this series wonderfully. Khaled with a shot on net. It's halfway in, but you need 100%.
Yeah, Zen and Radosin not only got the save, they also somehow managed to keep boost too. So Falcons have to go back and reform their attack. TRK up against Alpha. Alpha fakes him out. Oh, Khaled makes sure that he does not get faked himself. And now TRK can get past Zen, just Alpha and Radosin in front of him. Sounds easy when you put it like that. Not so easy when it has to happen, but Ahmad does a great job until Radosin sends it to Alpha.
So
it's going to be a turn-away goal, is there? Oh! Khaled at the post gets the save.
A smidge wide, and Alpha had the chance to secure it in 90 seconds. That first shot is going to be disappointing for him, but Alpha has to work his way back from that disappointment. Alpha now continuing down the pitch. Forces 2 to commit to that. Zen The right wall gets bumped, not quite to the ceiling, instead onto the reset, over Khaled, over Ahmad. Finds Khaled on that back line.
Alpha's coming in, but Alpha misses. Khaled actually puts that one a bit close to Alpha, so was able to continue. Ahmad now with Alpha charging him down. Alpha wants to keep the attack going, but shouldn't be able to now. And Khaled's clearance only goes as far as Radosa. He waits, he shows his hand late. Ahmad can't quite get it past him, but the dunk isn't enough for a goal.
The ball barely spinning its way past the halfway line. Alpha with a shot on target. Khaled's able to clear it away, but look at the boost for Falcons. It is reducing. It's getting a little bit scary, a little bit hairier. But Vitality now, they are forced to find their way back on defense. The offense from Falcons so far unable to find its way out. Zen had an open net, but shoots wide.
Yeah, Falcons have come across on the side far so far in this series, so Zen knew it would have to be speedy in order to get past them. Zen this time does take a touch for himself. Khaled is in there. Khaled wants to get the redirect maybe instead. Leaves it to Alpha, who sends it forward for himself. TRK and Khaled at the near post, and that is beautiful control from TRK.
I love that touch. Takes it low, doesn't boom it, then reads that boom. Instead takes it low, makes sure that he takes his time. And patience, it really seems like that is a virtue in this game. Both teams are making sure they wait out any play that they get, because any touch is a virtue.
Falcons have rode out the storm so far from this mighty Team Vitality ship. Refusing to go behind when Vitality started well, but here's then he gets the flip reset. TRK was there.
They've not just ridden the storm cold, they have managed to match the storm. They have been just as electric and just as turbulent as Vitality have been here in the Coliseum.
Ahmad's up for that one. Knows it's going over though, so holds his boost. Great composure from Ahmad. So now he can use it. He can just show his face. Help out his team any way that he can, but Alpha does get a clean touch in the end. He gets 2 or 3 more as well from the back wall, maybe. Khaled is there. Khaled up against Radosin. TRK takes the boost, but Ahmad still has 89. Look at that control.
Final 90 ticks down. It's top bend!
Just when it seemed that Falcons were getting back on top, Zen sniffed half an opportunity, slowed himself down, then sped up at the final second.
Sniping the perfect pixel, and Zen puts Vitality ahead. They're 2-1 in the series, they're 1-0 in the game. Falcons, they've had decent number of chances, the exact same number of chances, in fact, as Vitality. Both taking 4 shots in total. 1:15 to tick down. Another long ball into that blue half. Falcons, they need to push. Get more demos, lads. Make it 2v3.
Oh, that's great.
TRK tries to go for the edge roll bump, but Radosin stands firm.
Khaled, though, he can take over now. Ahmad has the central boost. So Team Vitality, a little bit lackluster in the center. TRK, he's all by himself. Ahmad's up as well. He can shoot. Here he does. Radosin with the wonder save.
Gets it with that again, the perfect pixel. Manages to clear it away. Khaled goes high with that one chance. Then with a nice chance to carry. 1-2. But the second from Ahmad sends it back towards their own half.
Falcons tripping over each other's feet. It has to be a little bit more precise. The comms have to remain high, even though the pressure is up. Alpha, he's at the back wall. He gets the catch. Ahmad waiting for him. Alpha just slows down time and gets the ball back to Radosin, who's up against Khaled now. Can he get the bump? Not quite.
20 seconds remaining, and Falcons, they are down by 1. Radosin, yet more nuisance from him. Khaled gets bumped towards that goal line. It's open, and it's Zen!
The roar from Zen. It was a simple goal, but how much did it mean? A game they had to battle for from beginning to end. They've not had it all their own way, but still, they have found a way.
Vitality fighting, and Falcons haven't been able to match them so far. A timeout call, I smell. I feel like we're going to be seeing it, but 3-1 down in the series is a very scary time to take it. Essentially a best-of-5 reverse sweep they're going to be looking at now.
This will not be enough for Falcons. Making the top 8 would have been a successful season at the start of it, but when you're here, it is never enough until you hoist aloft that trophy at the end of Sunday.
And look at the orange bars, every single one in favor of Vitality.
For now, we'll just see Vitality calmly take a sip of their water, try and reground themselves in this situation. They always want to remain professional, no matter how much they've won, no matter how much they have done. All that matters to them is that they are serious about what's about to happen. 3-1 up now in this series, and showing more quality than ever before.
In this Mobile 1 high performance replay, we're going to be seeing Team Vitality in their couple of goals, and as we prophesized, Cole, that is going to be a timeout call for the Falcons. Lots of thinking to do, but just 60 seconds added to that clock.
And when down 3 at an RLCS land, down 3-1, sorry, 0% of teams have ended up winning the series. That's out of 17 attempts. An absolutely huge stat coming in right now. Yet more flames for the fire that Falcons have to try and suppress. It's an almost impossible task, but if anybody can do it, it's those three on the stage right now.
And to make that even more of a chasm of a stat, if you call it when you're down 2-1, you've got roughly a 30% win rate. And then, as you said, Cole, that goes down to 0.
0.
If you leave it until 3-1 down. Falcons are here to attempt to change that stat. They've done it before. They have rewritten history and they have paved their own path. This timeout may well be another page in their storybook.
Team Vitality, though, let's talk about their own storybook. That's what their fans want us to do.
Their fans are going ballistic in the arena. But I've heard whenever the Falcons have scored, that they have got fans here too.
Not quite the 112 record. That's what we're competing against as far as decibels go.
We've still got Sunday to come.
A big Sunday to come, Stumpy. A massive Sunday to come, but that's in the future. We're here right now. Team Vitality, one game away from making it to the semi-finals.
Falcons, big chance had in that 1 extra minute. In this first 10 seconds, they've absolutely got the pressure to Ahmad to shoot early, but it's slow, and it's for Adosinio to clear it away.
O'Callaghan takes the touch though, Zen's underneath. Can O'Callaghan get past him, Zen? His 50-50 game was strong, but TRK sniffed it out himself, took it to the side wall. And now Ahmad can take over. Alpha with a soft miss. He should be able to make something from this one still, but Ahmad got himself a flip reset on the challenge. So Falcons still showing the challenge game can be theirs. It's just, can they bully that ball home?
We've spoken previously about that challenge game as well, Cole, where Vitality, whenever they seem to get those 50s, it goes to one of their teammates. They manage to clip it towards another player in yellow. Falcons, they are another team where that 1v1 prowess is so incredible. They are able to do the exact same, and it is absolutely a battle of the challenges so far.
TRK fell for none of Radosin's tricks there. Didn't fall for the fake, but Radosin, he was charging down Ahmad yet again. Constant fly that Falcons have to keep swatting away. Then gets his touch, slows it down yet again, wants control, wants all eyes on him. Instead it's Radosin that takes over. Alpha's coming in, but a trio of Falcons players just boom that ball away.
A minute elapsed so far, and it has been Falcons with decent pressure and Vitality with a scant few chances. Zen pushes along, cleared away by Ahmad, however. Alpha to the ceiling, drops it for Radosin. Pitched goalward. Khaled has to get a solid touch, and he does so. Finds TRK, in fact, and it rockets to the opposite corner.
So far, a tight game 5. 2 shots for one shot for the other. Both teams just trying to feel each other out yet again. It's almost like the tactical timeout has reset this series completely. Team Vitality, they're strong starters though. Ahmad's up, can he get this one to the backboard? Not quite! He doesn't need to, Falcons take the lead!
And the fake is incredible! What a pass from TRK, lofts it high. Ahmad called away from it. It's a self-pass. And Vitality, they fell for the bait. Falcons lead.
I fell for the bait myself. I thought that was a pure miss, but on looking at the replay, he definitely meant to leave that one to a teammate.
Damned it.
That's the creativity you need to break through Team Vitality. Can TRK show more? He puts it into the corners, Zen's there. He picks up Radosin. Radosin on the ceiling now. Ahmad's there. O'Callaghan has no one in front of him. That's the difference from Falcons. That's what Vitality do. Whenever there's a Falcons clearance, there's no one there for them.
Very brave pass from Radosin across his own goal line, manages to find Alpha with it, however. Zen now up high, that left wing is going to be his, but Khaled is going to be lurking just down the line for him. Radosin with a signature miss, it wouldn't be Radosin Vitality without a cheeky little whiff. Don't worry about it though, because Ahmad is going to be receiving. You see O'Callaghan waiting central. Ahmad nearly getting that just above Radosin. Instead, it falls back down towards Alpha, and this midfield play from both teams is instrumental. Neither of them giving up space.
Yeah, just prodding each other at the moment. No sledgehammer's falling. Alpha almost gets one in the sky. TRK sets it for Ahmad, but Zen is there yet again. Zen refusing to be beaten until Ahmad can come into the corner. Can't get the boost either. So Alpha continues to annoy the Falcons. Team Vitality upping the pace now. This has been the moment they've said charge. How effective will that charge be? Radosin up against TRK. Again though, Falcons, 3 of them back. The most offensive game we've seen from them so far in this series. Ahmad, he wants to bump out, then he does, and the demo comes in, and Khaled says thank you very much, and doubles the Falcons' lead.
It's 2 for the Falcons, and it's Khaled finding Ahmad. Couldn't quite find Zed. TRK with a beautiful demo. Khaled can snipe that bottom corner, and Falcons, they get a second.
Zen whacked from pillar to post. One gets the bump, the other finishes the job. He's not a prodigy, he's just our opponent. We're going to take him down. It could be TRK with the third as well from the kickoff. Oh, but there's no one there for Falcons.
And Falcons, when they score first, they have a 90% win rate in these games. They actually outdo Vitality in that stat as well, who only have an 86% win rate when they score first. So Falcons, this one near enough locked on, but 90 seconds tells a story in Rocket League.
Team Vitality came from 2 goals down in Game 7 against Carmine Corp at the Spring Major. And that was in Game 7 as well. If they can do it then, they can do it here. So don't count anything if you're the Falcons.
A minute 15, and it's Khaled wanting to push even further. What a performance it's been from the Falcons so far. Deadeye Canyon being a breeding ground for the Falcons. A minute 10, Radosin finds that midfield. Yet more battling, but yet more blocking off. What defense we've seen from Falcons so far. A team that we have said throughout this series has been that offensive play.
These whiffs and feints from Vitality seeming a little bit less controlled now. Just have to get Carter ball, that's what they do!
What a block.
Khaled makes the save, and then Khaled flicks it on.
Final 45. It's going to be ticking down, and it's back in that Vitality quarter. The pressure from Falcons has been unbelievable. Another demo from Khaled on Radosin. They've shut Vitality down, and that graveyard is full of B corpses.
Oh, it's dangerous though. The demo opens things up. Zen up against Ahmad. Zen wins it cleanly. Khaled, now Radosin's in the way. TRK, he takes control of the situation. 20 seconds left until Falcons make this series even more nervy, and they're sending the ball long too. Sending forward the house. No more defending now. They just want the ball, but Zen's to the ceiling. TRK up against him. Alpha's in there. Ahmad gets the save and maybe steals the game. Oh! Radosin! He's missed on LAN again!
A deadly pass, but nothing to come from it. Falcons, game 5 is gonna be theirs.
And that was potentially a key moment. Team Vitality supreme. 3 regional victories, 1 major victory, never knocked out of a tournament. But there has been one half question mark. Radosin misses the ball. Does it tilt them out?
No. It was 10 seconds left. It was a single shot. It is unbelievably unlikely that you get the game win from there. That's just, let's get a goal in garbage time. Let's see what we can do. Falcons, an unbelievably well-earned victory. Congratulations to them for that one. It's 3-2 so far. And Vitality, they take that timeout after just 2 losses.
Yeah, I don't blame them at all, just to doubly make sure that what you're saying is true. In my opinion, it doesn't matter the context. You miss a chance like that, and it just begins to get under your skin. Hopefully with Farah talking to them. The supreme Farah, who had such a big part to play in their Boston Major victory. For anybody who was unfortunate enough not to see it, he turned the crowd around, ensuring a North American 10,000 odd people suddenly were supporting his team. But now it's more tactical.
Yeah.
Now they have the fans. Now they have the upper hand. They just have to cash it in.
It's going to be a lot of work for Ferrer here, making sure that he has done the magic again. We've seen how instrumental, which absolutely seems to be the word of the series so far, that Ferrer has been to this team, making sure that he can lift them from anything. They still have the lead. They still have the fan base. They still have the quality to excel here in Düsseldorf at the World Championships. But it's up to the players to make sure that they can work through this sensational Falcons opposition.
The game is now bubbling up. We are so close to taking to Neo Tokyo and seeing if Vitality can complete what they will feel is their destiny. Or if Falcons can swipe it away from them, just like they've swiped it away from Twisted Minds in this event, just like they've swiped it away from Rule 1 to be the best in their region once more.
We spoke about these timeout stats previously and how important they can be. We have seen when a team takes a timeout with a 3-2 lead, a 93% win rate, 13-1. In fact, the last 12 teams to call a timeout at 3-2 up have won the series. Vitality are hoping to make that 13, and Falcons want to smash any statistics that come their way.
And the Bees about to be squashed. We shall see. Zen, he's already up though, he's got control of it. What a goal this could be. Early doors in game 6. TRK though continues his incredible performances here. He has to do more though. Zen to the backboard, has the flick reset. Maybe got a touch his team, didn't need him. Finally, TRK gets it away. Now down the other end. Has he got the flick? It's underneath instead. Alpha stands as tall as he has to keep it at 0-0.
What a pass up from Ahmad too. Finds TRK on the halfway line. Goes high, and Ahmad immediately provokes. TRK goes low. Gets the double challenge. Khaled fakes out. Dead.
Unbelievable, Khaled. He slowed his roll. He tried to keep on going. Vitality still managed to get in the way. Ahmad's turn now. But Radosin dribbles away. The man who had the miss at the end of the last game. Can he make up for it here? It's underneath one. Not quite in the end.
We've seen some magic on Neo Tokyo and this competition so far. We've seen those double wins for Elevate. We've seen Realize get them, and Neo Tokyo was the ground for them too. Vitality wanting to win it out on map number 6. Kala has to get a touch away. But Alpha, he opens it up. The Bees sting.
You cannot miss against Team Vitality anywhere, especially there for Khaled. Alpha did one of my favorite things for players to do. He gambled on the miss. He got himself the goal, and his team had the lead once more.
We were talking about the Vitality win rate, or sorry, team's win rate when they go up. It is very favored. It's 86% that we see for Vitality. Falcons, as we said, they want to smash those stats. Khaled ekes it away from Radosin on that challenge.
Yeah, I love that from Khaled, cutting in from the side, showing his pace yet again. Team Vitality unable to download the flow of this game, the way Falcons are mixing up this pace. Now it is Khaled and Alpha. TRK ain't making the same mistake as his teammate earlier, making sure he connects the ball cleanly. And Alpha in the end, it's a neat touch for himself, wants to get the musty but can't quite wrap his car around. But Team Vitality keeping this ball pinned in the Falcons corner.
2 minutes elapsed and Vitality with that lead. Radosin central, on target! Oh! It's Radosin with the second, and Vitality excel!
They just keep up the pressure, Team Vitality. It's nothing too clever, nothing too special. Good old-fashioned rotational Rocket League. It's looking like it's gonna be enough to clutch these Falcons from their flight.
2 minutes now gone, and Falcons, it's gonna be a very hard job for them to be securing 2 versus the Vitality with the lead. TRK though, he's got the ability. Alpha goes along with that ball, nearly dunks on Khaled. Zen goes high with it. Ahmad to block.
Ahmad now has to step up, has to be his team's captain. He gets the ball again from TRK. Alpha saw the danger. TRK keeps it up, but there's a bump as well. And now Zen can clear long. Oh, Khaled to the skies.
Tell you what, we're seeing that over and over again as well. Zen and the rest of Vitality are going for long shots. They're saying to Falcons, boys, you can push us as much as you like, but if you leave that net open, then we are going to make sure that we capitalize.
Alpha wants to pick out Radosin, and he does. Oh, Khaled just gets in his way as quickly as he possibly can. Team Vitality continue this play style on the front foot. Ahmad and Khaled almost squeeze the ball into their own net, but then TRK turns it into an attack.
Under half of the game left, TRK versus Zen.
Oh.
A matchup for the ages, but Radosin sneaks his way in there. The leopard-printed warrior tries to go central with that chance. Oh, Khaled isn't able to get it too much past Alpha. Keeps challenging against them and does come out with the balls. Zen is the second man to it.
One more goal from Team Vitality could well sink this one. Falcons doing a great job of ensuring that doesn't happen, but can they do a little bit more? TRK's in trouble. He gets it to Zen. It had to be Zen, and it is.
It's one apiece for Vitality. The final piece of the puzzle falling for Zen. TRK does what he can. The only man left in defense just was not enough. Vitality, it's 3, and they start to run away.
Still Ferrer is in their ears. He will know almost 2 minutes is more than enough for 3 goals against. Professionalism pushed to the max by everybody at Vitality.
1 minute 40. It's Alpha on the open net. It's Vitality. They never give up. They never surrender. They keep pushing.
What a challenge. That is right there from Zen, and credit to Alpha as well. In this game, not only did he read a Falcons mistake at the start, he backed his brilliant teammate to get it past in such perfect fashion that he would have the easy finish.
4 goals is nigh impossible to work back from, but Falcons are a team that do not care about impossibility. They've been here before, they can do it again.
We've had 4 goal comebacks on this very map. between Optic and FaZe in the final North American Regional. We're a long distance away from that right now, but just a little bit of hopium for Falcons fans as TRK backflips. Gets towards Alpha. It's turning into a little bit of a party for Team Vitality. Can they keep it going? Their fans certainly can. Can they on the pitch? Not for now, because Khaled has the ball, has to attack it fast, but Zen gets in the middle and doesn't give Falcons a shred.
Falcons have been pushed back into their own half time and time again. You've got to feel for them when they just want to attack, when they just want to work their way through. They aren't able to. We enter the final minute, and Neo Tokyo may well be the place that Vitality find victory again.
Seeming like the final minute of Falcons' up and down season. They've been written off, forgotten, but we'll sure remember them when all is said and done, whoever lifts that trophy. Zen sends it out for Alpha. Alpha shoots it, it could be 5. Finish it with a flourish, not quite this time. Retoasting fancy to go to the ceiling. It's for Zen, all the Falcons there. It's a Falcon sandwich, and somehow the ball falls out the bread.
Final 20 seconds, the net is completely open. It's Radosin with a naughty little musty. Isn't going to be finding anything from it. Armad challenges now. The final 10, it ticks down.
Vitality are going to take this one. It doesn't matter what happens from here. The team that have achieved as much perfection as anyone has ever managed will be the first into the semi-final. As soon as this ball hits the ground, you will hear an almighty roar.
The Bees have left their sting in the heart of the Falcons.